Next question. You've worked in Christian music as a songwriters, producers, label execs, consultants. What kind of changes have we seen in contemporary and worship music?
Oh, there's been a lot over the years. The last 20 years has been a...
downward spiral on everything.
Yeah. No, I think in the 90s we saw obviously the kind of modern worship revolution, if you will, kind of mid-90s, which really kind of started in the UK.
And you started a lot. Dwayne started Sonic Flood. So.
Yeah, well, it's there was kind of a shift that happened from church music sounding like church music. You know, there was here in the States, like Maranatha Praise Bands and Darlene Check and Integrity and like Ron Canoli, all these kind of things. That was very church sounding music. But I think for us with Sonic Flood, it was like we were in bands, we were tired of singing about God and would rather sing to Him. But we just used the music that we knew how to make. And so, which was quite revolutionary, I guess, at the time, which now is normal. But so we were taking songs that we were singing at church or things that we were writing and things that actually just hit us and wrapped them in music that meant something to us, that was emotional. And a lot of those songs were coming from the UK. I mean, Matt Redman, Delirious, Stuart Townend, the Stoneleigh Worship Band, Paul Oakley. It was really an incredible move that was happening kind of from the early 90s, through. And those songs were really simple. But the thing I think that hit me and why they meant a lot to a lot of people and connected was they were written from the church for the church. Specifically, there was no industry, there was no radio, nobody was making money off of it or anything. It wasn't big, it wasn't cool, and so they were really these songs were written to serve the church, like When the Music Fades. I mean, these were songs that were documenting what was happening in church life at that time. It was a very different thing, and I think we saw kind of the swing of going to commercial. Radio gets involved. People are selling records. I think people, maybe got clever. I think with songwriting and tried to then start writing rather than writing for the church.
You're writing for radio.
Writing for radio, trying to get a record deal. And there's a lot more involved. But I think we're kind of seeing it swing back.
Yes, these 1 degree shifts, which in on themselves, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just over the course of, 10 years, there's several degree shifts. So you're out of line. You actually moved away from the original target. So I think we need a chiropractic adjustment somehow to get back into where we're writing for the church. Sometimes that's not sexy or cool. It's just we're serving the church, and that's the greatest honor we can do. And I think that's why there's been a resurgence in a lot of acoustic music like United Pursuit or House Fires. They're just getting back to basics. Or we're seeing a lot of the hymn rewrites because people are, a lot of people are tired of just the same old lyrics. That we seem like we're singing the same phrases. We're just wrapping them up in a different song. And that's why the hymns give a new life to some of the, better theology.
Well, there's theology and there's the poetic sense of all of it, the depth of those and the imagery and the beauty was something that I think kind of went missing for a long time. Yeah. And again, things get clever and, we joke about sometimes when we're writing or talking about stuff is like, let's write about deeper things than waterfalls and ponies and speckled unicorns. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it gets a little bit like, ethereal and a bit too like out there. It's like, when I'm singing, about the goodness of God, the richness of His love, about His grace, about, what a mighty Savior He is, and there's things that are, that evoke that imagery. Yeah. That's something that draws my heart to then open up and want to worship. And so, like the House Fires being a great example, Good Father, that song. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was like, you have to be kidding me. First of all, the first time I heard it was in a church service. I was like, it was the first time. So I'm like, where did this come from? Is this new? Is this old? Yeah. Like I couldn't figure out. And it just connected with people and they were worshiping in such an incredible way. And then hearing the story behind it. I mean, the lyrics are so simple, but they evoke so much emotional imagery about what a good father, he is. And
I would say all the top 100, 200 CCLI songs have all got a God story behind them. You know, they don't.
Yeah.
No one just sets out to make a big church smash hit, or they do, but they don't. Work,
Yeah,
they don't work out.
It doesn't happen.
So all of the ones have got a God woven into the story somehow.
Yeah.
I would just say keep it as real and as honest as you can. Serve people, serve the church, and you won't go far wrong. Keep writing.
Yep.
Thank you.